We will open the meeting for Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. This is being conducted in a hybrid manner pursuant to the general laws. If anybody's recording, that is fine. Other than you, buddy, I think that's about it. So we will be posting a recording of this online for everyone to view. 7:00 p.m. Town Planners Report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Just a couple of items to share with everyone. 2 Wednesdays back, I met with Thomas Lee and colleagues regarding potential solar projects here in Southwick. In general, this was looking at a number of we'll call them known vacant properties and talking about how it fits into our zoning bylaws. The most significant portion of the conversation boils down to their current use. I believe this would be Goose Pond Solar. So south of the solar array that was A&R'd off earlier this year. There's remaining acreage that is zoned appropriately that essentially they would like to take advantage of. So further to the south, where we have an AC district sweeping, and gosh, I think that's IR in that area. But nonetheless, that's an application that I would expect to see in the coming month or two. And the rest of the conversations were basically exploring other sites in town, talking about constraints and what we know about existing access issues and so on and so forth. Let's see. I also happened to run into Beatrice Sywick on Hillside Road last week, whose family permitted an estate lot out there. Her estate lot project began prior to the permit lapsing. This would be last December.
What's the address there?
Or so. I'm sorry.
What's the address there? Pardon.
That's okay. We're going to figure it out on the fly while I'm recording. Nonetheless, she is someone that has spoken to me in the past about modifying that special permit. I recognize this is something that we do every day, or the board does every 2 weeks, but we revisit the process with her. Essentially, she's looking to modify location because of an existing orchard. The issue is that we do have a required separation from adjacent property lines for estate lot driveways, and DPW has a 10-foot separation of property line for a driveway on the conventional lot. Where the change is proposed, it modifies that sideline. So unfortunately, it turns into something that potentially under broader circumstances, we could look at as a minor modification. I think ultimately it's still a minor modification, but we're talking about survey accuracy and the filing of an A&R, as well as a modified site plan if she chooses to amend that estate lot filing. So I reported that back to her. And Mr. Otzinger, 253 Hillside. And a lot to the rear of that property. Aside from that, I do report the satisfactory conclusion of a rather intense research project regarding the 771 College Highway appeal and Freedom of Information Act request that was submitted. Good to have that new review mirror. But that's it for news.
Okay. 7:05, public comment. You're good. All right.
Do you wish to? Now's your chance.
Any public?
Buddy is the public tonight.
Do you have any questions for these guys? My wife's good.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
All right, just checking the public.
All right.
We do have reviewed minutes.
Oh.
And I can talk about Sheep Pasture Road.
Yeah, let's do those, and then so that we can kick it out to 7:10 and then deal with that.
Sounds good. So I had the chance to speak with Mr. Rodriguez, the homeowner at 220 Sheep Pasture Road. And I've reached out before each of the past few meetings to the solar design group that he's been working with, and they're working as a permitting agents. Mr. Rodriguez let me know that essentially they've gone a little bit back to the drawing board, looking at what sort of energy improvements and savings they can recoup through the Mass Save program, the house itself, and looking at condensing the solar array to the house. In our bylaw, for site plan review, it says if we don't find the plan to be satisfactory, we shall modify it accordingly. There's no formal process for us to do a closeout or deny. And to be fair, this is also a site plan review that comes to us through the building permit application process as well, albeit with a cover letter. So I, on behalf of the planning board, will simply monument the discussion that I had with the homeowner. Their building permit remains active, whether they choose to modify it there or if they come back with another solution and need some assistance in contacting the housing authority for the screening solution that was suggested, be happy to do so. So that's 220 Sheep Pasture Road. Let me bring up the minutes as modified. Favorite part takes me longer to share the document than it is to find it. We have some minor revisions to the minutes from Mrs. Thornton. Some clarifications of language. A corrected name for the gentleman from East Granby, Connecticut that spoke during the Oak Ridge Estates public hearing. And I believe just one or two more minor revisions.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes for April 9th, 2024?
Dave Spina, so moved.
Dick Singer, second.
Do a roll call vote. Michael Doherty, aye.
Dave Spina, aye.
Dick Singer, aye.
David Sutton, aye.
Jessica Thornton, aye.
Okay. So those are all set. It's close enough. 7:10 p.m. Continued public hearing, 250 College Highway. We have a request from the applicant's representative for a continuance to allow time for the certification process of the amendments to 185-28. As well as to provide further information that we have requested during the last public hearing. So they're looking for the next meeting, which is October 8th. Do we have anything on? We do.
Yeah,
661 or whatnot, whatever.
I think I handed out. Yes, we have 662A.
Yeah,
That's on for 710. I've advertised 6 South Loomis Street, estate lot, and common driveway special permit for 715. So 720 would be a good spot for this one.
Which one's at 715?
New public hearing. 6 South Loomis Street will have 2 estate lots and a common driveway under that special permit.
Oh, so it's pretty straightforward. Any issues with it going forward?
Only if the remaining outstanding information isn't submitted. Otherwise, you're right. There's a template that Rebecca's Associates should be able.
All right, so
All I want there is just 2 lots, that's all I want out there?
2 estate lots and 3 A&Rs.
Okay.
1 common driveway serving an A&R in the estate lot.
all right, so let's put this on for 7:25.
Okay.
On October 8th. Do I hear a motion?
Dave Spina, so moved.
Dick Singer, second.
Do a roll call vote. Michael Doherty, aye.
Dave Spina, aye.
Dick Singer, aye. Son, you there?
Sutton.
David Sutton, aye. I was muted.
Jessica Thornton, aye.
All right, Planning board member and staff comments. Do you do anything on Starrett? Keep that off to the next meeting. Fantastic. Member and staff comments? We're good? Okay. Here's the big question for tonight. Does Sutton get to do the motion despite being?
Not.
I think you gotta be,
Yes.
I think you gotta be here to do that.
I gotta be there.
All right, we'll let you
I
do the.
don't
I
think
mean,
that
you
was
missed it
precedent
last-
set.
We'll let you do the motion. It is the Sutton honorary motion, so go ahead.
I'm touched. Thank you. I make a motion to close the meeting.
Dave Spina, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
That's gotta be all right.
Have a good evening.
Oh, we were pretty
Thanks,
fast
everybody.
last time.
Well,
Good to
you're-
see everybody.
Good
All
to
right,
see you too.
It's a record.
Thanks for being.